はじめまして、皆さん。私は Edward Ingles です。And 今日は Vlog です。Today I'm gonna vlog my everyday life. Let's go! 私は何に立つ日常 So, what do I do in my everyday life? So, basically, nothing much. I don't have any high maintenance life. So, um, 私が日本語実書くというも、so basically in my everyday life, um, read and write Japanese lessons, and I always wanted to study Japanese since high school. So yeah, only this time I only got the opportunity, sadly. So that's very depressing. Not really depressing, but in my life, that's basically I have the chance. So 今私で N5 私の進歩遅い。なぜならユースロは先生じゃないと。So basically, it's really hard for me to self-study Japanese, because I don't have any. I just self-study and I don't have any teacher, and I just downloaded a PDF file on the internet. So that's basically read them and write them down. And if I have free time, which is a lot, I have a lot of free time. I read them, and hopefully I get better. And it's really hard, even though it's the most basic, the N5, and don't have any much budget, so I don't have any teacher uh, to teach me. Basically, I have to learn them. That's why it's self-study. So, ここの頃から日本語を勉強したかです。So, I always wanted to study Nihongo, Japanese since high school. That started in 2012, second year high school, is sophomore year. And yeah, 2012 was a decade ago. It's 2025 now, so only this time I get the opportunity. So there's a lot of obstacles in my life. So yeah, that's basically it. It's very hot, by the way. Um, おいね、ゆつな、なぜなら誰一人、指示私です。That's, yeah, basically, no one supports me. Even my family, yes. It's not just financially, but something to do with their personal interest. I can't really say that much because I have no proof, and I think it has to do with their personal interest, because it is my personal interest to study Nihongo and work in Japan, but I never have the opportunity. So yeah. 家族が指示じゃない日本語が勉強、yeah. 家族が行くに大学は指示じゃない。 So my family is not very supportive, and I know it's very depressing. I think my camera is tilted, excuse me. Even my It is my personal choice, even my personal choice to study Japanese. They don't want that, and I don't think money is the problem, because, well, judging by that, they have many health problems, and there are many people who support them, pay for their medicine. So I don't think money is the problem here. Uh it's just they don't really support me that much. That's the reason why, even though that, ever since in high school I wanted to study Japanese, that's basically the reason why. It's very depressing because none in the family supports me and supports my Japanese studies. So that's very depressing. But uh, eventually I managed to find ways, and it's very hard, even though it's N5 and I'm not fully developed. And it's really hard because the best way to learn is to, I think, homogeny is to go to Japan, and eventually merge to the language, and I never have the opportunity. So 正直に言うと、私の両親は死んだおばさんに生活。I never met my father, and my mother died in 2022. And basically, I'm parentless, and I'm just 27. And yeah, that's they're not very supportive, and yet they they just come and go. It's kind of a little bit their fault because they've been to the doctors one too many times, and they've been advised not to eat this, not to eat that. But my mom just basically did not ignore, but majority of the doctor's advice, they just ignored it. And I never met my father. There was no father registered in the birth certificate, so that is very very beautiful. And I'm living with my auntie, and my auntie is my mother's sister, younger sister, to be honest, and she's not very very supportive as well. That's very beautiful. Hiniko na koto ni obasan wa shichi janai. So yeah, auntie is not very supportive for me as well. I guess it runs in the family, but I cannot say that I'm not a very support. I have friends that I support, and probably because I don't mind them doing their own business, and they don't mind me doing my own business. So, but it's very beautiful and very painful for me to experience a life where even my own family does not support me, whether it's financial, maybe emotional, or should I say psychologically supportive. I can't say. Basically, it's very very toxic. So, その家族は非常に愉快で私をさせてくれない. So the family is very very toxic and unsupportive, and I don't know the reason why. I mean, some of them have jobs, some of them quit, some of them managed to get back and get a job after they quit their job. Actually, they don't quit it. My mom works at the previously worked as a hotel guest manager, and the hotel was very very good. And back that was back on 2008. So um, she was good at her job, and she works at a hotel. I think it's called Gilarmi Gilarmi Hotel, and she did not really quit the job. She did not get fired as well. It's just they renovated, and some of the old employees, I'm not sure if there is a new management, or it's the same management, they just renovated. But regardless, there are news that one of my mother's coworker invited him to work at the newly renovated hotel, or there is one of the coworkers found a job that involves a skill in guest management or hotel management. So at that time, I was very very young, and that's probably the reason why I am good at interacting with foreigners, because my mom brings me at the hotel every Saturday or Sunday, and most of the guests are Japanese, and that's probably the reason why I'm very very close to the Japanese culture and the Japanese language. So I think that's probably the reason why, and I really like foreigners, by the way. So I don't know. I don't know. 彼らは、あそこ、私は、犬、彼ら、私は小さい道がいに叫ぶ. Yeah. We're still at the depressing part of the family. They treat me like a dog, or they mistreated me, I should say. I think that's the most professional word. They mistreated me and scream at me, they yell at me at my small mistakes, and the most pitiful part, those mistakes, they're not gonna even affected them. And yeah, it's a small house. I live in a small house. It's just a rented house. The family used to have a house, but it's not fully paid, so they've been evicted. So that's very pitiful. And the solution was very simple: just get a job. But my mom did not get a job, sadly, and I don't know the reason why. My auntie, my mother's younger sister, she has a job in a one of the famous manufacturing companies in the Philippines, the Amcor Technology. He's one of the assembly team. 10 years ago at the house, she goes home, I think, twice a week or twice a month, because the company, the Amcor company, provided a housing. The problem was the housing that the Amcor provided is probably 30 kilometers away from the city when I used to live. I always wanted to build a YouTube channel when I was in high school. I was inspired by Felix Schellberg, but I never have the utilities. Um, Sadly, so wow, it's very atsui desu. Yes. Hi, atsui desu. Hiniko na koto ni karera wa shoshita chisa na misu de kurushibo koto wa nai daro. Yeah, the mistakes was very small. They don't even gonna suffer at that mistakes. For an example, I was cooking and then they saw the pot. It was burned. I'm the one who's gonna eat that. Why do they have to make a big an issue and yell at me? So yeah, basically treat me like dog, and every day I just go out and I spend time at the mall. I just previously blog. If you don't know, just look for the video, and I think I'll show some preview so that you know which video it is. And even though this is my second video in this channel, well, yeah, the mistake is very small. It's not gonna affect them. I'm the one who's gonna get affected, just like that. A small burned part of the pot that I left the stove a little bit longer. Yeah, I cook my own food. I cook my own food. Yeah. 大学卒業証書を譲らない証拠を得るじゃないとどこをやを出る. Yeah, I know what you're thinking, and Edward, if your family was very toxic, why don't you just leave the family? Well, like I said, they're not very supportive. Even if it is my personal interest to learn Japanese, and they're not very supportive. So, yeah, they're not even support my college education. So basically, I don't have any college diploma, and in the Philippines, it's very difficult to have a good job, let alone a permanent job when you're not a college graduate. Yeah, that's basically it. And I'm not sure about trade school, and I don't think the Philippines, especially for there's a lot of political instability in the Philippines, since the economic status of the Philippines was barely recovering from 2020 pandemic. So I don't think the Philippines can provide that kind of level of education to where even though I'm not a college graduate, I can still find a good job. But even if I managed to, the pay was not really good. The Philippines is, well, it's a third world, not really third world, a developing third world nation that's pretending to be first world, or there are some parts of the Philippines that is a first world. But if you really wanna experience, or should I say, have a first world salary, you really need a 4 year degree. You need a 4 year degree just to get a good job. And sadly, my course is information technology, but I never. My family was not really supportive of me. So yeah, I'm pretty much hard stuck in here, and it's starting to rain. それで私の命は行き止まり. That means my life was in a dead end. Yeah, all smiles, but my life was pretty much in a dead end at this point. So, well, that's basically the reason why I created this YouTube channel. その理由に YouTube channel を目指すは支持を見つける海外。I created this channel for to look for overseas support, and hopefully my YouTube channels will be successful because I always wanted to make a YouTube channel ever since high school, but never had the chance. Now I have the time and the chance, but I don't much have funding or money in my hands right now, and hopefully I'll be successful. Hopefully my YouTube channel be successful. うまくいけば私の YouTube channel が盛ん, and that basically means I hope my YouTube channel be successful. So, wow, that's very long story, and we're just at the depressing part of my family, and that's not even my daily life. But at least you know the reason why I established the YouTube channel, and why is the reason why I choose this theme. I speak Japanese and English, and it's starting to rain. Toにかく週の ほとんどはモールを行く, spend at my most of the time at the mall. I spend most of my week at the mall. The mall is where I previously vlog. Is my mic on? I previously vlog. I stayed there, and that's where I read my book. That's where basically I write the PDF that the Nihongo N5 PDF that I download, and I wrote it in my book because there's a saying where in order for you to attain information is to read it, write it, and teach it. So I teach it to myself. There's not much improvement, and I think I still have problems in my particles, and that alone the language in N5. Oh, it's starting to rain. I hope I finish my video. Oh no, it's starting to rain. Oh, oh no. Tadaima. Wait, I think. No, tadaima means home. I don't know what I'm back in Japanese. The rain started, and I have to take a shelter, and the rain got stronger. Ame wa tsuyoi, and I have to find a better shelter, and I have to walk right down there. Well, at least I'm back. Anyway, where was I? ここが私の本を持ってくる読むは真中は暇つぶし. Yeah, I read every time I go to the mall. I spend most of my weeks there. I take my book, and that's where I wrote and read my currently my N5 Japanese, and I read them. Basically, I read them when I have free time. I go to the mall and meet my friends there. Luckily, my friends there are very supportive of me, or I hope they're not plasticking me, and I hope they're true friends. And some of them are admitted that they support me if I start a vlog, and thank goodness, thank goodness that they support me. So, これが本です. I'll show you. Um, this is my book. This is so many vehicles. Even though it rained, there's so many vehicles. Yeah. This is the book. これが本です。This is the book. Yeah. This is where I wrote my Japanese lessons. I downloaded from PDF files. And yeah, this is basically it. Uh, can you see it? It's too bright I can see it. Yeah. This where I read this on my free time. As you can see, I cannot see it because it's too bright. There's what? There's a puddle. I forgot what it's called in Japanese. There's a puddle under me, so pond. I think it's pond. Ike. Ike. There is a ike under me, so it's very very shiny and I cannot really see well. So yeah, uh, I wrote them and I read them at the mall or on my free time. So yeah, that's what I do most of the week. Uh, ni Honyaku ka o tsuka o bun o nasu desu. I use two translation tools just to form a sentence. Ichi, Google Translate. Uh, Ichi Google Translate wa bun po tame ni deep el masugu yasuko tame I use Google Translate for grammar because Google Translate for some reason is very very good on the Japanese grammar, and I use DeepL Translate for direct because there are some sentences in English that it's really really hard to translate to Japanese, and I have to rely on my book as not my primary dictionary but a supportive dictionary because Jisho.com を使うは辞典、英語を訳すは日本語です。I use Jisho.com as my primary dictionary. It because if I don't use a dictionary, I feel like I'm cheating. And also, if I direct translate everything, if I don't use a dictionary, it will sound very robotic. Yes. In my previous vlog, some of them are machine translated, meaning I did not browse my book. I did not browse jisho.com to form the website jisho.com to browse words just to form a sentence. So I think I feel cheating if I do that. And it sounds also robotic and it's very detached in reality. It sounds very detached in reality. So that's it. I think that's what I do in my daily life. I go to the mall most time of the week, and then I read my book, and I think about vlogs, and I basically translate them using dictionary jisho.com to Google Translate to DeepL Translate. There's a flaw. Just to form a sentence, and it's very difficult and it's very time consuming, but effort. I think if you put effort into it, I think it feels very rewarding. I don't mind if it's very time consuming. Like I said, my family is not very supportive, so I have a lot of. I don't even have a job, so I really have a lot of time on my hands to think about ideas, and I think it would be nice if I focus on my YouTube channel at this point, thinking ideas. I don't want to stall ideas because even though there are many people who are stealing ideas, I'm not a criminal. So I'll try my best to be original, and that's probably the reason why I made this channel to gather support and think about original ideas. So that's it. I think that's my vlog for today. That's my daily life. Um, don't forget to like and subscribe. And arigatou gozaimashita. Thank you very much. Sayonara. Bye bye.